everyone, today I'll be showing you a DIY on how to make a jump scare Funtime Foxy. So yeah, let's just get into this. So first step you're going to want to take is on the head. You're going to want to draw out all the areas. Well, I already did some of the work I need to do on this one. But cut out all the areas where you need to have, just have the faceplates be opened up. Just draw those out. Alright? Next step, you want to cut off the head from the body. As you see, I already did this step. Then you can just put the body over here and ignore it. Now you're going to want to be very careful when you start to do this, alright? So I'll start off by doing that now. By the way, this is how this is going to go. I'm going to do a little work, then record the work I did and tell you how to do it. And then I'm going to do a little bit more work, and so on and so forth. Alright, so next you're going to want to cut off the ears. Since the ears go through the faceplates, you're going to want to have them cut off. But make sure you can still see the area where they were. This is an important step in a later, or additional step if you want to do it. This next step there's two ways of doing it. You can either and it's cutting out the eyes. You can just cut. If you don't want mine, I'm going to make it so the faceplates can close and it can actually look like a Funtime Foxy a little bit. That's why I need to know why there's spots here so I can cut around so the ears can go through. Now, next, you're going to want to cut out the eyes. If you don't want to be able to close them and just want it open, all you got to do, cut off the eyes and you don't have to worry about this pink. If you want it like mine, you're going to have to cut around the pink, which this is a very difficult step. Also, guys, sorry this isn't a real DIY. It's more of just showing you how to do it without telling you the materials. It's because I already had some of it done. So, on my next one, which will be a open faceplate Ballora, since I've already gotten some of it done, I just not very far, I will tell you, it will be more like an actual DIY. Now, for this step, I unstuffed the head a little bit to make it a little easier to cut around the outside of the eyes, or the inside of the eyes. I already have some of it. It's hard to show. You can somewhat see that I got some of it done. But yeah, I'll come back when I got one eye off. Alright, so I completely removed the eye, and here it is. You're going to want to save these. Do not put these in your scrap parts area, which is a bag. I have a bag for scrap parts. And I put all my scrap parts from customs in there so that if I ever want to need them, I can use them. Like, I have a Freddy eye, and it's not in my scrap parts bin. I should probably put it in there, but whatever. If you want to do it the other way, where you just want to do it more sloppily and don't really care about having this pink part still around the eye, you can just cut it all off around the eye. It doesn't really matter. But if you want it to look like accurate, you're going to want to keep the pink part right there. Now you're going to want to do it with the other eye. Alright, there we go. Now you're going to want to get rid of this net unless you're one of those people who don't want it to be able to close. Then you can leave the net on and skip this part. I'm sorry, I don't know how to do a timestamp thing on this yet, so yeah. Just fast forward a little bit. Now, luckily for us, there's already a hole in the net, so you can just cut out using that. So, yeah. It's a little easy, and it's a little difficult at the same time. Alright, now that this is done, what you're going to want to do is start cutting out the faceplate lines. Alright? I forgot to say, for this step, you're going to want to unstuff everything. You're going to mostly want to unstuff the head. It makes it a tiny little bit easier to cut. Alright, for the nose, you're going to want to cut around the nose on this side so the nose is still on the actual face. By the way, keep all the stuffing you get from the head so you can put it back into the other head. Alright? Keep that. And we're also going to recraft a new nose onto the endoskeleton head, since apparently Funtime Foxy has two noses. It's weird. So this is not going to look very good for me right now, but here it is so far. Cut down the face Now I'm going to cut the mouth and these little sides. This is a very difficult task. Now, unfortunately, the hardest part... Oh, alright, so when cutting around this, you're going to want to cut around here and then up, but underneath the eye. This is very difficult to show since I misplaced my tripod right now, but you gotta cut like this and around the eye and across this. Never go further than this face line sewn in right there. See that? Don't go further than that, otherwise your plush is not gonna look good. So here's the final product of the whole plush. No, I'm kidding. Now we gotta move on to making the endoskeleton face. You're gonna need these for the face from the actual... By the way, this whole time we're not doing anything to the body. I mean, you can add in other lines that are already on the plushie that are on the Funtime Foxy character that aren't on the plushie. But I'm choosing not to do that. Now I'm gonna be using gray felt for this part, but just so everyone knows, I will also be using a hot glue gun to hot glue on the details like these. If you do not have one of those, you gotta sew these on somehow. Good luck to you. Now, to make the face, you're gonna want to have a circle, but unfortunately for me, I can't cut circles for the life of me. But, yeah, it doesn't matter if it looks like it's not gonna fit, because it'll be smaller when you finish sewing it. So yeah, you're gonna need 2 of these, alright? They're not exact shapes, but it doesn't really matter, since it should look good when you're done. But yeah, just so you all know, I'm not a master at sewing at all, but I am pretty good. Next, you're going to want to cut out basically a line from the gray pieces of felt. And that's going to be what you put around these 2 circles to make it look more 3D. Now, unfortunately, with the size of felt I'm using, it doesn't go completely around the head, but we will fix this with another piece of felt later. Now that you've got this, you're going to want to turn it a bit more like this. And you're going to sew it onto one side and then onto the other. If you want to know what the final whole product looks like, I'll show you a custom I made of a fan game character called Stone the Crow from Pop Goes. So this is basically what the head's going to look like. It's a pretty good head. I'm not good at making bodies yet, but yeah, I'm still working on bodies, but yeah, don't you see? It's pretty cool looking. If this video reaches 10 likes, I'll do a tutorial on the rest of the Pop Ghost characters. Separately, by the way. Alright, here's a quick note. You know how I said this won't go around the whole head and I'm going to have multiple pieces of the line? Here's a quick tip to make it look a little better. Since you're going to attach it to the body, make the bottom of the head the area where you have the extra piece. That way it's more flat there, so it's easier. So guys, I'm sorry, I messed up a little bit. You will not be needing 2 of these circles. You will only be needing 1. Because the back of the faceplate piece is going to be the other circle. Also, your line needs to be very thin if you want to be able to, even close it a little bit. So, yeah, you don't need that other circle. You just need this one. I'm not going to sew it. I'm going to hot glue it just because why not? Though, guys, it is very possible to actually sew it on. It's just a little bit more difficult. Alright, so what you're going to want to do is put some hot glue around the edges. Should have refilled this. Give me a second. You want to put the hot glue all the way, okay, around anywhere not on the face plates. You gotta be careful of that. But everywhere around the head. And this is a very difficult task. You gotta put this on the hot glue, sticking up just like that. Now you can sew it from here. I'm not going to. I'm just gonna hot glue on some more. Now, the face is going to be a little bit flat, but that's okay. It's fine. With the way I'm doing it, I'm not going to care that much. But if you do care, you can make this part a little longer than mine. Alright? Also, for this next step, I'd recommend putting the glue on the felt that you're attaching, not the actual rim. Don't forget to leave a hole to stuff it. Alright. Now that you've hopefully done that, you gotta put the stuffing into the head. Now, I'd recommend being very careful with this, a little bit at a time. I got about this camera because I don't have my tripod and I need two hands right now. Alright, so I got the head stuffed and attached. Just something you're going to want to know when you're doing this is that when you're sealing it up, you probably will burn yourself because I definitely did a lot. But yeah, anyway, I'll work on some detail. Alright, guys, so I don't have much time left, so I'm just going to show you the finished product in a second. But yeah, I just hot glue on details. There's two ways of doing the mouth. So yeah, one way is flat, like you just put felt on it and then more felt and just hot glue it. And yeah, that's the easy way. Or you can make it like 3D snouts of foxy characters. I'm going to do the 3D mouth, but I'm not going to really show you how to do it. But yeah, I'll show you the finished product. There will not be a tutorial on faceplate Ballora, just so you all know, or any of the other faceplates. Pause!